What would you do if you found out that you were dying and in a matter of minutes or even years you would take your last breath, your life shortened by chance, and the only way to combat this would be expensive treatment and hopes and prayers? Unfortunately, this is a reality for many people, for over 5,000 people each day, and they're suffering from cancer. And today I'm going to be discussing some of the current problems, the solution to those problems, and the benefits to those solutions. Um, so, for first off, for the problems, the problem is that, well, since 2025, over 100, I think, no, it's 2.7 billion cancer and cancer research, $2.7 billion to be specific, and cancer research has been cut. And, well, what the hell, you know? Like this disease has been around for forever, and we're deciding to just gut the research, like setting us back a little bit. Like, people are suffering every day, and they're suffering from a laundry list of symptoms like severe fatigue, pain, sores, hair loss, appetite inflection up and down, and it's horrible. And we're just gonna cut the research, well, because some people tell us they'll give us money to, like, this administration sucks. But anyways, those were all the symptom list was from the American Cancer Society, which has been documenting them. Anyways, for the solutions, there's two. One of them would be, well, just the community coming together and petitioning, volunteering, protesting, voting, just to help out, help out a neighbor or someone in need, and also to find a better administration that's gonna fund cancer instead of cut the research. And I think that, especially with organizations like Wings, while we can donate to them to help current people suffering, and while we figure out this whole administration thing, and then once we get that back on track, then hope we could get some government funding in this stuff. Anyways, which would save so many lives, dude. It would, now that I'm going into the solutions, it would provide new treatment. It would help, preemptive technology to find it beforehand, or before, someone's going knocking on death's door. And, well, it would also just plant the seeds for the future generations, your grandchildren's grandchildren, like I said, it's not going anywhere. Why do we stop fighting? Like, or not stop fighting, but cut the research. People are fighting every day. It's unfortunate. But, yeah. Anyways, now that I've gone over some of the solutions, benefits, and problems, or problems, solutions, benefits, well, cancer affects millions of people every day, and it's not just those that are diagnosed. They have family, they have friends, they have wives, they have children, and and the worst part is they're suffering, and a lot dying, and it's unfortunate. And we really just, as a community, need to come together and donate, volunteer, petition, protest, vote, do whatever you can to help these people, and just save them from save you could save so many lives from suffering so much pain. And